In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to mentally prepare yourself to make writing your book easier. So, how do you mentally prepare to make writing as easy as possible for yourself? Or in other words, how do you get as most done as you can at quality? Here's the three things I do. It's about the plan, the space, and the decision. So here's the first thing, the plan. I plan, when I'm going to go write, I plan out as much as I can in advance. So in other words, I don't just show up and start writing. I make a plan, man. I plan out what I'm going to write. I break it down as much as I possibly can into little chunks. So I'm not going to say I'm going to go try to write a chapter. I'm going to say, here's the chapter, here are the subtopics, here are the I break it down as much as I possibly can, and I plan it in advance as much as possible so I have clarity on what I'm going to go do. Number two is the space. Like, where are you physically going to go? Sometimes I like to write right when I'm in my office, right in the day-to-day. Sometimes I like to go and totally separate myself. I might find a nice coffee shop or a place that's kind of really random that I know I'm not gonna see anybody I know. I might even travel 20 or 30 minutes just to get away from everything. So I did a video about time management, and in that video I talked about self-awareness is so key with time management. I think the same thing applies here. Where's the best physical space for you to write? Just be self-aware. Like, what are the seasons like? If it's winter, I'm going by a fireplace. If it's summer, I'm going to try to get outside, but not be around busyness, have some shade, access to water. So the physical space absolutely matters. And I make sure that when I enter that space, I just feel good. I'm comfortable. The colors are the way I like them. It's a nice atmosphere that matches what I'm going to write about as much as I can. The space matters. So you have then number three is the decision. I decide how much I'm going to get done before I even go. I love this quote. I don't know who it's by, but I've said it so many times. A great writer was asked, do you write on a schedule, or do you write when you're inspired to write? And he simply said, I write when I'm inspired. It just so happens that every morning at 9 a.m. I get inspired. So make the decision. Pick your word count. Pick the number of chapters you're going to do, make a specific target, and decide this is what I'm going to get. And when you do that, you'll be surprised at how your mind makes it happen. Even if you got to push those last couple pages or the last 200 or 300 words across the finish line and you know they're not perfect, it's okay. Make that decision. So it's about those three areas that I think help you mentally prepare: the plan, the space, the decision. You can do this. I'll see you in the next episode.